What little known fact about the human body are we better off not knowing? Girls getting wet is not from any gland or secretion, but mostly just from the pressure of blood flow forcing fluid content through the vaginal walls. That's basically blood plasma minus some proteins. Don't care, still going down. One possible symptom of obstructive bowel cancer or other intestinal blockages is vomiting feces. When you get a kidney transplant, they don't take the bad one or ones out, so you basically end up having 3 kidneys. My uncle has 3 kidneys, all normal sized and all 3 work perfectly. He was born with them. An aneurysm could kill you pretty much at any moment with little to no warnings. One of my friend's last words were, "Oh my god, it's happening," in the middle of an unrelated sentence about work. She was dead after the last word, and I've always wondered what she felt to make her say that. That you can have a weakened blood vessel in your brain ready to pop the next time your blood pressure rises and you wouldn't even know. Something that's always made me uneased is that we are supposed to give our cars regular lookovers and tune-ups, but we don't do the same with our own bodies. That the enzyme telomerase, which can basically make our cells immortal, is turned off after birth, for the most part, but is one of the first things that cancer cells reactivate to make them immortal. Everyone's walking around with a couple pounds of S in their lower digestive tract. I do think about this sometimes. Then I shake my head and think about something else. Your sense of smell works by your nose capturing and sensing particles of whatever's in your nose at the moment. This means that whatever you're smelling, there are tiny particles of it stuck in your nose. So when I smell S, it means I'm breathing in actual particles of S. My life will never be the same NMRO_O. Particles. The heart is just a muscular pump. People call the heart a pump like that's a foolproof piece of machinery. You know how often some pumps, fuel pumps, pool pumps and bilge pumps have to be repaired and replaced? That little fist-sized fucker could malfunction at any time. Fuck, I have this fear that all of a sudden my heart will stop beating. There are little bugs that live in your eyelashes. The chances of getting prostate cancer, I don't even want to look it up. I think it's something ridiculous like 1 in 3 men will develop it. But fortunately it's very easy to detect early and treatments are very effective. Fapping daily also reduces your chances. SM good then. Cysts may contain teeth/hair/etc. Don't Google it. It's not a pleasant sight. An old friend of mine was born with a cyst on her tailbone. Inside the cyst was partially developed portions of her twin, which she developed early in the pregnancy. Yes, she's right out of the dark half. Her case was documented for medical textbooks. Aunt Viola. For the first time expecting mothers, or gals who plan to have kids, your V will probably tear during childbirth. He's not joking. And yes, you're going to proceed to poop all over the place in front of a bunch of people who intently stare at your V. Bonus story. Once while in the birthing suite, the mother-to-be was pushing and insisted that we bring a full-length mirror in so she could watch her baby be brought into the world. This was a last minute decision on her part, so we needed one carted up, which took a moment. She was crowning when the mirror got pushed in. She took one look at the poop/bloodbath going on downstairs and immediately screamed, "Get that out to my sight," over and over as we ushered it out of view. I've heard while you're in that state, you don't give a s if the pope is in the room staring at your cooch. You're too focused on other pressing matters. Some people are so freaked out by strangers staring at their V they tense up, clamp down, and pushing is impossible. If you go from extremely cold temperatures to hotter temperatures too quickly, then your eyeballs can pop and split. What temp change would there have to be for this to take place? I really feel like that info should have come with the original post. I'm really worried now. You can be internally decapitated and actually still be alive. Edit. This is also why it's important, if you get into some kind of accident or collision, to get checked out. As far as I know, there's not really a lot of outward signs of internal decapitation. If you've got it, and you move the wrong way, or sneeze hard enough, then it could kill you. Maybe you think it's excessive, but it could save your life. The inside of any human being's mouth contains poop particles from at least 6 people. That's a lot of crap. I eat pieces of it like you for breakfast. The eye is a foreign organism. If there were ever a cut made that allowed antibodies to access your eye, your body would eat it alive. Your heart has a finite amount of beats. Obvious, but I hated it when someone told me. But it's not some set limit or something. No, it is. If you get hit by a car, your heart keeps doing the rest 4 years after, while you slowly become a lich. 1 sperm has 37.5 megabytes of DNA information in it. That means a normal ejaculation represents a data transfer of 1587 GB in about 3 seconds! 2. The focusing muscles of the eyes move around 100,000 times a day. To give your leg muscles the same workout, you would need to walk 80 kilometers, 50 miles, every day. 3. The largest internal organ is the small intestine. Despite being called the smaller of the two intestines, your small intestine is actually 4 times as long as the average adult is tall. If it weren't looped back and forth upon itself, it wouldn't fit inside the abdominal cavity. Dermoid cysts. They are basically demons growing inside of people. Do not Google